G'day! In today's video, I'm opening up an Acer Aspire F5 model F5-573G-566F. Now the reason why I'm opening this particular one up is to replace the system fan that's in there, as it is getting quite noisy. But while we're there, we'll also see what we can upgrade. So to begin with, we need to power it off, flip it over, get someone to put your screws in, and you'll need a Phillips head screwdriver, which I've misplaced mine. There we go. So it's a small to medium size one. And start off just by taking out, or at least in this instance, I will need to take out all the screws. If you're merely upgrading, which I will go do that first, ignore the warranty void sticker. And it is a few years out of warranty anyway. Go. If we lift this up, we will see we can access pretty much everything you guys will require if you're wanting just to simply upgrade your RAM. So looking in here, we have access to a 2.5-inch hard drive, which we pull back and should be able to tilt and pull out. This particular one is a 1 terabyte drive, so that can potentially be replaced. So you could replace that with a 2.5-inch SATA or a larger capacity drive. Over here we have the M.2 drive, which I would assume this one here is M-SATA to begin with. Let's see. Yep, I'm pretty sure this one here is M-SATA. It's a 250 gig model. Who we made by? Can't actually see the model. Oh, there we go. Samsung SSD 850 EVO. So decent drive in this one, so that could be replaced if you've only got a hard drive getting used. And we'll put this back in here for now. And lastly, we have the RAM. So the RAM itself in here. Pull these two latches out to the side and pull out. There is a small notch here that you will need to pretty much line it up when you go to reinstall your RAM. Let's take a look and see what we've got. So we've got a single stick of 8 gig. We have a single stick of 8 gig, and it's DDR4 running at 2400 megahertz. Well, it's PC 2400. So you potentially be able to upgrade your RAM to 2 sticks of 4 or 2 8s quite easily. So I've just slid that in there, and I'll push down, and we're locked in. So that's a quick one on how to upgrade hard drive, and RAM. If you wanted to proceed further, let's carry on. So we'll start off by taking out the remainder of the screws that are here. And we will find out along the way whether or not all the screws are of the same length. So it's just a matter of taking out everything. Take out the DVD drive. There is 3 smaller screws in there. Go. A few more at the front down here. So far all those screws are looking to be the same length, which means you don't have to be too concerned about what order you take them out or which ones you put in what places. The screw's stuck, so the mounting point of that is broken. It's just spinning around as I twist it. Go over here. So apart from opening it up to replace a system fan, you might also open it up if you want to replace the thermal paste, which you will have to do what I'm doing here to do that. And we're going to need a smaller screwdriver, so I've got a very small 000 Phillips head. There we go. I'm pretty sure most of the screws are removed, so I'm just going to push down and pull up. Push down, pull up, and it's already split a gap. We'll need to remove the front speakers at the front over here. So that one you can just wiggle back, and it should just pop out. Now we'll need to take off this side first. Now if that one screw that doesn't want to leave, it's going to make it a little bit more difficult. There we go, that's put some extra tension on it. And there we go, and we are now inside. So from here, what else can we do? We would be able to replace the power cable if that has gotten damaged. We could replace the wireless guard. We could replace the thermal paste, which will involve undoing 2 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, those screws. And what I'm going to do here is take out the fan, which is what I originally opened this up for. So if I wiggle this loose, it doesn't seem to be stuck, so I will actually have to take all of this out. So this particular one does have a GTX 950 in it and an i5 7000 series. I can't remember exactly which one it was. The main complaint was this was making a fair bit of noise whenever, after a random period of time, a very loud, slightly scary noise to the customer. So I will do the thermal paste on here since I've lifted it off. As you can see, the iGPU has very little on there. So that's the Intel integrated. As you can see, there's really not much going on there. If we have a look on here, it just barely had any pressure to actually touch on there. So I will clean that up shortly. First of all, I want to have a look at the fan. The fan itself, how are we attached? Almost feels like. I'm looking, I'm thinking, they haven't even screwed it, they've just plastic welded it. It's very courtesy. No courtesy. Let's have a look. Excuse me. Dust is very dusty. So what I'm going to want to do is cap these off. I guess it must have been some cost saving measure by Acer, which in turn is also a bit of a dud move. Right now I'm just trying to put this fin pry tool between there so I can go and twist, and twist, and twist, and we're free. So as we can see down here, we do have a fair bit of dust down there on both sides. And I will probably end up replacing this fan. Bearings on it do seem to be okay. Could be better. And I'm going to go hunt down another fan. So from here I'm going to spray some isopropyl alcohol on here. And next I'll just use just a bit of cloth or tissue, or a napkin I've got right now, a paper napkin. That should enable us to clean that up. There we go, and same over here on the GPU die side, GPU cooler side, more accurately. A bit of clean too, I don't know why, but there's stuff on there. There we go. Move that out of the way. Next up, the dies themselves. So I'll just give that a wipe. So it's still got a bit of isopropyl on there to make it a bit damp, so it actually lifts off. Now, if you're like me, I typically remove these. They usually hide a fair bit of thermal paste under there. Actually, alright this time. That's him. Spray a bit more. And well, these usually helps a little bit. Don't really have to put it back on afterwards. As you can see, we have a huge pool of thermal paste down the edge here. There we go. There we go. So next up I need to reattach this fan. So now I'll put some fresh thermal paste. Just using Arctic Silver 5. Should be enough to spread out. A little bit more over here. A little bit more here. Now I'm not gonna, I was thinking, umming and ahhing whether or not to reattach the fan, but being that it's already got 2 mounting points here and here where it pushes through and sits on, it's not really going anywhere, so there's really not much extra point to put that back. I will bend this back down so it applies pressure to it and reconnect the fan like so. And now I'll put this back into its position. Now there is a bit of plastic trim there that looks to need to go under. It's actually a bit hard to tell whether or not I have slid that under. Yep, got it. Great. Now try and push it back through here. You can re-plastic weld it, or you could try and put a self-tapping screw in there. But being it's a relatively low power consumption processor in here, I don't think it's going to be that warranted. So after that, put these screws back in. Fans connected, yes. Now as an added security step, you may want to disconnect your battery. Usually I never bother personally, as I've never had an issue with it being connected, but I've had some comments of people saying they've had dramas with it being connected. Okay, another screw here. And these 2 screws here. Once we get to this stage, we're nearing the end of the major stuff and getting back to fairly minor stuff. So once we get to this stage, excuse me, lost my train of thought. So when we get to this stage here, we're nearing the last bit of reassembly. So what we should have to do is push the cover from this side and down, and that should get us the back cover reassembled. So do note as well, the speakers are actually part of this, not directly onto here. So I'm going to flip this over, put this side down first, and then push down and just clip it around. So just pinch it and just keep working your way around the machine. Should clip it into position. Once you've done that, reconnect down the bottom here. Reconnect your front speakers. Should just slide in from the left to the right, like so. And next up, put the hard drive back in. So it goes this side first, drop down, push down, slide forward. That's now that reinstalled. And now we've got a whole bunch of screws to put back in. So let's go. Virtually all the screws are going to be the same. The biggest differences will be these 3 here, which they are obviously different, so you shouldn't get them mixed up. And just continue on with the rest of it. So once you've finished reinstalling all those screws, it should be pretty right. Yeah. So I hope this has helped with your, where are we? Your Acer Aspire F5 573 series. So it is reasonably upgradable. It's reasonably easy to work on. If you want to upgrade your RAM, you don't have to dig too far into it. And if you want to upgrade your wireless card, change the battery, replace the fan, thermal paste, Ace or power jack, then you will have to take the plastic off. Otherwise, for the most common things, you can access it quite easily. So I'll just carry on putting these screws in, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye. Angled. Wait a minute, missing one screw. 1, 2, 3. Angle. In. Click. 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 There's my missing screw. Great. There we go, all done. Hope this helps you. See you later, bye.